And we are live for a very special edition of 30 with Karen and Justin. We had to get this one in. We've got some big news today. My special guest today is Emmett. Emmett survived a pretty serious illness and then chose to step up for others, where he noticed young people were left without support, so he built his own group. And he turned his fight for survival into new hope for teens everywhere. Really, he's a survivor and a true force for good. Welcome, Emmett, to the show. This is really cool for you to come on.
Thank you.
And I'm glad we could fit this in.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
So let's just start because some of my audience probably doesn't know who you are or where you've come from. I want to start a little bit about your story and take us through the day that kind of everything changed for you to set you on your path.
All right. Well, I had been having for a year before I was diagnosed these like pains, these like back pains and sciatic type pain. And no one knew what it was and kept going to doctors and all of that. And no one could figure it out. Oh, you're growing or
Yeah.
you're stressed, stuff like that. And then one day I started getting these really bad pains in my abdomen. Almost felt like we thought it might have been like my my intestines, stuff like that, right? Like maybe constipation. A doctor even mentioned that. But the one thing was my blood work. My blood work was irregular, to say the
Okay.
least. Um, and so my mom actually pushed for them to really look at it because they were going to send me home because they didn't have a gynecologist there. Um, so then they sent us to McMaster, and at McMaster, I was out for like 2 weeks. I don't really remember any of it, but they narrowed it down to leukemia. Um, and that diagnosis was a big shock because I
Yeah.
don't think any, anyone really expects that, especially at my age. Um, and I remember feeling very lost, very like it was unfair. Like I had done so much to get where I was, and now a bunch of stuff was stripped away from me. And my first day of clinic was when that all kind of flipped. I was given a gift bag from a girl named Charlotte for from Charlotte Smiles for Kids. Um, and that really turned around my perspective. It was like an awakening. It was like I've been seen,
Mm.
and that really like nailed into me that I have the power to do something like that for other people and for teens.
So let's really polarize that moment though. What is a day in treatment like? Like why does that make you feel so unseen and so alone? Like where
Well,
does that feel like?
a day in treatment is depending on your treatment, but it's all very similar. You go in and they take your vitals and all of that, and there's kids running around all around you. There's so many people in there. Um, and the nurses and doctors are running back and forth. And you feel very small. You feel
Mm.
very you feel more like a piece of work basically
Mm.
that they are attending to. Um, and it's all routine for them, but for you, it's it's your life, it's your experience, you're dealing with this. Um, so it's very yeah, it's very
And it's a bunch of adults running around you and you're kind of a kid still. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like
exactly
you're feeling a little bit like you can't ask questions and you got to be quiet and you got to sit there and just do what, take what they're doing, right?
exactly.
Yeah, interesting. Um what was the hardest part for you? Maybe not physically, but maybe emotionally. What was the hardest part?
I think the hardest part for me was I think accepting it.
Mm.
Um and I still struggle with that. Accepting the fact that it's a very long journey. It's like a couple years before I'll be back to normal. Um, and that's very hard to think about and hard to come to terms with because I will be missing certain stuff that other people my age will get to experience, my friends will get to experience.
That's interesting. So this sort of turns the tables for you where you're like someone hands you, a small thing, nothing major, nothing like no gold or diamonds or anything, just this small little token that makes you feel seen. Um, how does that spiral into like, gosh, we got to do this for other people? Where does the mind go from, I just need to survive this, to how can I help others?
Um, it definitely didn't start at first. I will say that. Um, there was talk of it for a while. It was just an idea. Well, I could do this. Maybe I'll do this. But I had to get over the brunt of it before I started to have the moments where I wasn't really doing anything in the hospital, where I was feeling a bit better and I was getting treatment and stuff like that, and realized that I could be doing something for other people. And there's not a lot of things for teens. People think about kids with cancer and like from ages like 10 below. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't really think about like teenagers. Like what would a teenager want?
Mm.
Um, and to me, that was kind of like something I could do myself. Something like I'm a teenager. I kind of know what people want. And yeah, it brought about kind of like a project, a purpose for me to pursue.
It's a very interesting thought because I'll give you a little parallel there. My 17-year-old son has been dealing with some respiratory stuff that we've had for the last couple of years. Not a big deal, nothing like you've gone through, but I've had to take him to a pediatric respirologist because he's not 18 years old yet. And the second you walk in there, there's like pads on the floor for little kids to jump on and little toys where you can like play with like the blocks, spinning them around on the metal rails and things like that and stuff like that. But my 17-year-old is sitting there going, why am I here? Like, this is a child's place. Why are you bringing me here? So you're right. There's a gap in the medical field from the 18-year-old plus adult and down to the, I don't know, 10, 12-year-old child that just wants to goof around and play games and be silly like a little kid could be. you know Teenagers are way cooler than that and need some sort of support in the middle, if you know what I mean. I really
Yeah.
feel where you're coming from there. So the question I have here is, you call it absurd, which I love, because that's a perfect parallel. Where did that name come from?
Well, I read quite a bit of philosophy, and there's a specific philosophy, absurdism, that I really like and I really try to live my life by. Um, and I felt that that really fit in with my view on cancer, and also the fact that cancer and just childhood illness in general, and illness in general, is often absurd. Um,
I agree.
and I kind of mashed those two together. Um, and I think the forefront of what people see is definitely the fact of like the illness is being absurd. But for me, there's a little bit of that philosophy in there too.
So you're a survivor and you're smart as heck. That's crazy. I love it.
Thank
He's
you.
got all the pieces. So what is the process? What is it that you do specifically, and what have you started to provide?
So, we provide, um, like items. Right now, we are just in the starting of the project. So we're kind of like figuring things out. We have like bins in like 20 or so local businesses where people can bring and put items in, and um, we'll collect them. And we have a thing on next Monday, um, which is a kind of like Christmas in July. That's the main thing for this year, is we're collecting things to give to teens with childhood cancer. And we also have a registry on Amazon. So people can go on there, they can look through the items, and if they want to, they can purchase it and send it to us, and we will put those aside and then put them together for like the Christmas in July. And people that want to reach out, right now it's mainly just people that we know of
Mm.
that will put together packages. We'll go through and then we'll put together packages and we'll give it to them. But the main goal is to have people be able to reach out to us that are going through similar things
Mm.
and be like, hey, my kid would like to like have a look and maybe
Sure.
receive a package.
Sure. So talk a little bit about the Christmas in July. So you're looking for items, obviously. There's another gift card drive. Let's talk a little bit about that. First of all, it's on Monday. Tell me a little bit about where and so on and so forth.
So it is at the Black Swan. Um and sorry, I have to pull up
Do it.
the thing. Yeah, so there's a buffet, and we have a Santa coming, a
Cool.
summer Santa.
Summer Santa.
Yeah.
Nice
Is
and
he wearing? Is he
tanned.
going to be wearing shorts, Emmett? Is he
Yes, yes, he will. Yes, he will. Um,
gonna...
yeah, so there will be activities for kids to do, um, stuff like that, and
So, Emmett, what kind of activities?
there'll be I'm not let me look at the thing. This part I'm not too
Familiar with?
yeah.
Well, let's start with the
Yes.
timing of it. So we're at the Black Swan, and what time are we?
2
2:00. Perfect.
yeah.
And the Black Swan in North Burlington, I'm guessing. Or yes, because
Yeah.
there is one in South Burlington. We want to make sure we're at the right place. And so okay, cool. So Monday at 2 p.m. There'll be lots of entertainment, some things to do, fun stuff. And we're looking for what donations? What do we need for donations?
Right now we have a lot of items, which is very good. We are looking for gift cards right now.
Got it.
And money, gift cards and cash. Well, cash or online money, but that's what we need right now.
Cool. You have a goal, from what I understand, of about 5,000. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes.
And
And
we
so-
need about $3,800 to go. So we've got some great donations already. And this Monday event is sort of primed to kind of push that over the edge and get that goal. Is that the idea?
Yes. Yes.
Cool. This is kind of like, from what I'm seeing of the things that are out there now, this is starting to get pretty, it's got some momentum behind it. So, I mean, did you ever think you would have these community partners and things jump in behind you and be like, yeah, we're all in? Like, how does that feel for you?
It's very surreal. I did not expect this big of community support when I first kind of was thinking about it in the hospital. But I am overjoyed to have the support. It means a lot to me, and it means a lot that people are listening to what I have to say about teens with childhood cancer and other illnesses.
Was there one was Go ahead, Karen, you had a question.
Sorry. Who are some of your major sponsors? Who are the people that stepped up? I'm curious.
We have people like the Black Swan, JC Bagels, Home Depot. They gave some bins, and Canadian Tire gave some toys as well, among others like Tommy Guns, Pets and Groom, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I also understand McMaster is pretty much behind this thing too.
It is, yes, McMaster is involved. Right now, this will change in the future, but we are going to give the remainder of the toys that we have to the Ronald McDonald House in McMaster, or
Cool.
near McMaster.
Yeah.
In the future, we hope to be able to reach more hospitals, but for now, it is just McMaster.
Yeah.
Was there one donation or a message that you've received over this period of building this thing that really touched you?
Yes. I had a donor, which they've asked to be anonymous, donate over $4,000 in Lego for the
wow.
for the project. Yeah, that was a big excitement for me, especially since I myself really enjoy Lego too. So to see all that was kind of cool. Yeah, I would say that's
pretty incredible. That'll help a lot of families. And you know what's interesting about Lego is my son also loves Lego, and it's so cathartic in a way, like just to sit and build Lego, and you're using your brain and your hands, and it's really cool little tool to teach kids about that stuff and to help them kind of foster that sort of wonder of building things, which I think is really cool. So that's an amazing gift.
Yeah.
What does it mean when another teenager says to you, or maybe hasn't yet, but maybe this will happen, someone finally gets me and someone finally gets this? What would that feel like for you?
It feels really good. It feels like I am giving them what I needed and what I got my first day of clinic. Yeah, I don't know. It feels good, to say the least. Feels very good.
I get the sense that like you felt that from that gift, that small little token, and you're just desperate to try to help other people feel the same thing, even in that tiny little moment of time where you had a smile on your face. It just gives you this great sense of pride to want to have to do this for other people, and I can feel that in your emotion here. So I guess the last thing would be, people can come to the event on Monday. Google Christmas in July, look it up on Facebook. It's all over the place. I've seen it a lot lately. How can people, if they can't make it on Monday, how can they help you going forward from today?
If you can't make it on Monday, just support, following the absurd Instagram, the absurd ALL teen community Instagram, and just spreading awareness for it, and even just spreading awareness for teens with cancer, teens with severe illnesses.
I have one last question just to sort of finish off, because I think this is a big one. If someone watching knows a teenager who's just been diagnosed with cancer or had the news that you've had, what would you want them to hear today?
It's not the end of the world, I would say. And as much as that's nice for me to say, I know in some situations it can feel like that. And in some situations, it may be very drastic. But it's absurd And all you can do is work through it. You can't change it. You can't turn back time. And as much as you need to be able to grieve, you need to be able to grieve what has happened. You have to get up and keep pushing. And you have to remember there's more to everything than just that. That doesn't change who you are. That's not gonna stop you from being able to do things that you feel are important to you.
And this is like literally coming from the words of a philosopher. It would seem. Well done, young man.
Thank you.
Your parents must be incredibly proud. You know, going from that emotion of, you know, fear, which I'm sure there was a lot of, to turning it into this. You know, they say fear is false evidence appearing real. You've turned your fear and your journey into something fantastic, and I wish you the best of luck. We'll put all the details of the event below in the chat, and we'll get this out, and hopefully we will sell this thing out and get a lot of people and get your $5,000 goal. Thank you for being on the show, Emmett. It's been a pleasure. You're genuinely a wonderful human.
It's been a great pleasure, Emmett. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
Talk to you soon, and we will be back tomorrow. See ya.